It's working. So when you are trying to create or change or manifest something new in your life, you may have a part of yourself who is always there in the back screaming, "It's not working." I have a hilarious Sun Mun, one of my money mindset monsters, image of that one that is my absolute favorite. It cracks me up. I'm going to put a link to it in the article because it's so familiar, that narrative, and it seems so powerful, but it isn't. It's a ghost. How many things in your lifetime have you thought that about that then later worked in some way, somehow? Maybe not when exactly you wanted, maybe not exactly how you had pictured it or initially wanted, but it eventually worked just fine and often better than you had even planned on before in hindsight. And still, that voice persists. But I recognized something funny about that voice recently that helped me to respond to it differently. I recognized that voice is the voice of the system. The system, the outside in system, that is not part of my inside out life or way that I create my life. And what I mean by that is, when you believe that there is something, somewhere, somehow that works, it is a forever game of cat and mouse. You are the one chasing the thing that works, and the thing that works is forever changing. And this is why you have all of these people in this world saying, this works, and then this doesn't work anymore. Now it's this that works. And then later, never mind, it's this that works now, not that. And that goes on and on and on forever, just constantly morphing into the next, latest, greatest thing. And you're always the one who's chasing this elusive thing that works, how it works. And you never get to feel settled or safe or like you can just relax and get comfortable. And a lot of people would argue you shouldn't be, and you can't have that. And I would completely disagree, even though everything is always changing. Yes, everything is always changing, and you get to be comfortable and relaxed also. So that's the way of doing things from the outside in, instead of from the inside out. And if you are here, then you know that you create from the inside out. You create with your beliefs. You create with your intentions. You create with your stories and your feelings. You create with your decisions and your choices. Yet there are still places where you feel powerless. And that's normal. That's part of the game of life, to feel that way. However, if you are here, then you are somebody who has come to light up those areas of powerlessness in your own life and to reclaim that power, to create a different story around that thing that you felt powerless with in the past. That's how you live your life. That's why you're here on listening to these. That's how you operate. That's what your soul is here to do. So this "it's not working" thing is simply raising a little flag, little red flag to mark the place where you have decided that the externals or the system or the people or life, universe, God has the power and you do not. And how do you feel when I say that? And that's you just planting that little flag in that spot and saying, hey, here's where you feel powerless. And it's just asking you to check in with yourself about whether or not that's true. And if you do think it's true, how do you know for sure? And can you absolutely know that? Beyond a shadow of a doubt? Like from that Cheshire Cat view where you're zoomed out? Can you really know that? And if not, why are you believing it? And how would you be different if you didn't believe it? What would you do different if you didn't believe it? How would you react to what is happening right now in your life if you didn't believe that you had power over this thing, this area, the power to decide? Do you see how it's not working, quote unquote, is like a question? It seems like a statement, but it's like a question. It's seeking what is working, right? It's seeking power. That's what that statement is doing, but it's more like a question. It's not being power. It's not being the power to decide. To decide it's working. To decide what is going to work for you. To decide that it is going to work and it is working, even when you do not yet see the evidence of that in any way, shape, or form. And you just stay with that decision, stay with that vision and that inner knowing of yours and why you're creating that in the first place and why that's important to you until it manifests in form and it becomes your new normal. I have done this with so many things that I thought I could not do that with. So many things that I thought, that's not the way it works. It works like this. That's just the way it is in the world. And thank God for the fiery spirit in me that was like, no, I don't care how it works in the world. This is how it's going to work for me because that's what I want to create in the world. And this is my world too. And this personal world is my world entirely, my personal world. So yes, this is the way it works. It's the way it works now in my world. And when I dared to do this and stayed with myself on that, I stopped having to play that cat and mouse game of chasing what's the latest way that works or thing that's prescribed to work. And I just decided how I wanted it to work. And I made it work for me. It was and is the most liberating and gorgeous and exciting and stabilizing and calming thing that I have ever done. And I'm doing new things all the time that push my belief in that and bring up all of my doubts all over again. But it's just the same as before. As I trust myself and simply decide and stay with myself on that, regardless of what I'm seeing in my external world at the time, it always comes to pass. So, whatever it is that you are working on creating in your life, just make your choice and then make it again and then make it again as many times as you need, no matter what you're seeing reflected to you right now. You are not asking a question about it working. You're telling yourself and life what you are creating. And you're continuing to cast that spell until it's real and right in front of you. And you are using your faith and trust to bridge that gap. And as always, if you need some help with that or want to play with that more and amp that up, then I have lots of beautiful ways to do that at sunnychapman.com/work-with-me or at the grid below on this email. And I've got my new Results Not Typical for creators of unprecedented things coming up very soon. I'm super excited about it. I'm working on it right now and it feels so yummy. So you can join that. It starts, April 29th, but you can join now and you will start getting your emails delivered with your daily audios. They're like going to be an audio that is in the form of a video. It has an image. The video has an image, but it's basically just an audio and it has captions for any hearing impaired. And there will be one per day that comes to your inbox each morning for 4 weeks, just Monday through Friday and with breaks on the weekend. So if you'd like to learn more about that, you can do that at sunnychapman.com/results-not-typical. And I will see you next Sunday. Bye.